Experience is something that we all need. You and I have been in corporate for quite some time. You took the leap.
The leap eventually.
Let's talk about that, Lethabo. Let's talk about the leap of faith that you took and how that's been in just you also introducing yourself.
Yeah, so like Linda said, my name is Lethabo, and the leap, guys, I will need a full day podcast for this leap because it literally took me, I've been in corporate for a good almost going on 15 years. I'm not as old as I look, but it was a long time coming. I always knew I wanted to be in business, but I just didn't have the stomach for it, you know, because everything, when a business is run, it looks like it's a lot. And when you are young, you think about how am I going to make this all work? And I think for me, it took some grounding for myself. I had to realize my power. I had to sit in my power and claim my power. Because I think it's a lot of doubt that was sitting with me. The possibility of failure. So the minute I realized that the failures are also me, and that is okay. And that's when I decided, you know what, there's nothing to fear anymore. The minute I became comfortable with the fact that this could fail. And this is not actually my first leap. I had other businesses before, but I didn't tough it out for long enough. And like I said, the stomach of it, the minute it got tougher, it jumped out. So with this time, I decided I'm gonna go for something that I'm really passionate about, and the passion really comes from me being a young black woman in South Africa.
Yes.
You know, in South Africa, back when we were matriculating, when you got matric, it was
it was a thing. It was a thing.
She matriculated.
You know, newspaper.
Yes, you know, the newspaper. Yes, and then the whole celebration, and then when that dies down, it sinks in. Oh my word, what am I gonna do? And I think because of the generation that raised us, they were also like, okay, now what are you gonna do, and where are you supposed to learn that? And that's when my passion actually was planted, because I realized I took longer than I should have to find my feet.
Really?
It took me a long time to decide what I wanted to do. Whereas if I had a me for me back then, I think I would have figured it out quicker. I would have gotten where I am now quicker. So, and the person that will ground you will not always be in your family or in your friendship circle.
Yes.
And that's what makes it difficult. Because also there's expectation of what you will be. When your mother or your father holds you in the arms the first time, they're already seeing a doctor or an
lawyer,
engineer or a lawyer. Yes. And when your dreams are not that, you feel pressured to become that.
Yes.
Even when you know you are not that.
You are not
called for that. You can feel this is not for me, but you just sort of, feel pressured into it. So I feel my leap came with the fact that I wanted to be there for someone else in the way that I wish someone would have been there for me. I feel like it's more about the purpose that I feel I have and the duty that I feel I have, because the economic state of the country is very bad.
It is.
And for the most part, it's because we have no direction. And who must give direction? I mean, it's time we put on our boots, guys. It's time
everyone needs to contribute.
Exactly. Yeah.
So for someone who doesn't understand the space that you're in, that hasn't had an encounter with you, define for us what it is you exactly do.
Okay. So I am a career consultant. I don't really like to call myself a coach because because
too many coaches.
I feel like the coach word is used quite loosely, and I think to a point it's just it doesn't resonate with me, because I mean, yes, a coach is a very profound thing, but I feel like it's more of consulting, because I will teach you so you can stand for yourself. I'm not always going to be sitting on the bench with you.
Okay.
Because my whole thing is to make sure that you can stand when I'm not there.
Yes.
It's for me to get you to a point where you don't need me anymore. So I'm in the recruitment space. I'm currently in HR. So basically what I do is I help people transition into a better version of themselves in their careers. So whether it's a graduate or a matriculant, like I said, for even a matriculant not knowing what they want to study, what they want to do with their lives, a graduate who's just graduated and then now what? I've got the paper, now what? Or someone who's maybe stuck in corporate. You know, you get that first job and maybe it pays well and you know you want more out of this, but you just don't know where to get it. Because I've been in corporate a while and I've been in spaces a long time, I have seen a lot of people transition into better positions. So I'm able to better guide people through and navigate them through those spaces so they can find their feet, so they can find their growth. You know, when they say people reach their peak, yes, I help people reach their peak.
So this is beautiful, and I think that's why you and I connected. That's why we hit it off quite well.
Definitely.
And you know what, the chemistry was fire because I was explaining to you the whole concept or thing around thriving. That I was like, there's potential in everyone to thrive in either a particular space or career, business, and I wanted us to be able to share certain principles, tips, stories where you don't have to make the same mistake.
Yeah.
Or make the same mistake but know how to recover from that mistake.
And that's the key.
And having experts, around me who I can tap into. So you are an expert. I'm giving it to you. I know you're like, what are you on
That's
about?
too much, Linda. That's too much. We're taking it too far.
But as an HR expert, as someone who has seen so many people progress, right? What do you have to do to thrive in the workplace?
In the workplace, what you have to do to thrive is to keep in mind that you have to be present in the moment that you are in. So a lot of the times people are working in positions they know they don't want to be in, but it doesn't mean you have to underperform. If you learn to do the best that you can in the places that you are, you become your best. So we have a very stale, I like to call it, mentality of go slow, do the minimal. And I know it's the trend today, right? Quiet quitting and all of that.
I thought you weren't going to mention
Quiet quitting and all of that.
About it, yeah.
But we must remember, that mentality ends up killing you as a person.
Yes.
That's what we must keep it. Exactly.
Your mindset.
Exactly. It kills you as a person. It's fine, you can quiet quit and do the minimal, but what are you learning?
Yeah.
What value are you going to bring in the next position? Are you positioning yourself in a position where if you were to grow, you'll be able to thrive? If you're used to doing the minimum, you're not going to thrive. You are definitely not going to thrive.
And you're not going to see the opportunities
You're not
as
going
well,
to see
right?
the opportunities. You're going to be so blinded by, I just need to get to work and do the minimum and leave.
Yeah.
Then you're going to be depressed and think, well, everything is doom and gloom. Because why you decide to quiet quit? So my advice is, I think maybe 1% of people are where they want to be in reality. Because we change, we evolve. When you arrive where you want to be somewhere else.
Yes.
And that's essentially what life is like. You arrive, then you want to grow. So that's why such a small percentage are really where they want to be. But getting there means giving your best no matter where you are. So even if you are currently not in the best job that you want, not in the company that you want, do your best where you are.
Show up.
To show up. Make sure that when you are ready for that opportunity that you want, you are able to thrive because you've been thriving. It's in your DNA.
Yes.
It is so natural. So imagine now your dream job comes, your dream company comes, but you're used to slouching, you're used to lazing around. Now you're not going to feel that fulfillment because you aren't able to thrive where you are.
Sure.
You will carry that mindset, you will carry that mentality into wherever you think you want to be. Therefore, you will be discontent continuously, no matter what opportunity comes.
I'm so happy. So let's talk about today. So it was put in my heart, in Lindy's heart, to actually have a session where women come together to just be, about themselves. Just share with me, what was your experience?
I just want you guys to do it every day. Can we have a session like this every day? I think the best experience for me was, I mean, I loved the dancing, but I'm not a great dancer. But I liked the fact that it took me out of my comfort zone, which is something also that I like to experience recently. Getting out of my comfort zone, because you know there's the quote that says, your comfort zone is where your dreams go to die.
Oh yes, yes.
So I like things that get me out of my comfort zone, and all of that dancing and me missing the steps. It was great.
Today I was like, Mara, I used to be able to do this. What's happening today?
It felt great. It felt great. It felt like I found myself laughing because I felt like it felt like an out of body experience. Like I was watching myself, and I felt like little me would be so proud that I'm actually dancing. I was dancing. It wasn't great, but I was dancing, and I don't do that a lot.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. And the fact that after that came the yoga. The yoga was just very zen, very centering, very, like I said, very alone time-ish. I think when you're in a yoga class, you feel like you're alone. Because, you know, the thing of closing your eyes.
It's a journey on its own that the instructor takes you
through.
Yes.
And it's such an amazing feeling. And also the way they get your body to move in ways you didn't think your body can move is also like an out-of-body experience. Watching your body do all of those amazing things. It was a lovely experience. And I think the highlight for me was the women that I met. The women that I met, the networking was amazing. And I love especially women events because you sort of get a preview into a previous you, which is the younger girls. And then you see into your future. You see into your future.
The 68-year-old just right? Looking like, I don't know, J-Lo.
Exactly.
Body, the skin, everything.
Showing
like
us
taking care of yourself is
you
like
don't
possible.
have to die at 60 when you retire. You don't die at retirement. You're not gonna put on the no. I'll be doing yoga in my 60s. So I think that for me was a big thing because I think I saw where I used to be, where I am now, and where I want to be in the women that we were with in this space today. It was an amazing experience, and I hope this happens again. No pressure. Pressure, but
no pressure.
No pressure.
Okay.
I hope this happens again very soon.
So, as we wrap up, I just want you to think about it, take a deep breath. What is it that you would like to contribute, right, going forward, that you think women need right now in order to thrive, whether it's in business, in their careers, that you think, you know what, if we were to come together and do this, it would be a sure win?
I think if we were to put women together in a group, we would stand a better opportunity if we allowed them a voice. So a lot of the times we meet in these types of setups, but we don't get to speak a lot. So I attended an event one time where I was much younger, where they had a sort of a me in 30 seconds game where women were alternating, and there was a theme to it to say, for example, tell us about the highlights of your career. Yeah. And then you tell the next woman and the next woman and the next woman. And I feel like if we were to do that, we would be able to tap into a woman's mind, because the thing about women is that we don't own one identity. And it's difficult to say we can do this and it will work for all women, because we are just not designed that way. But if we are able to give women a voice, in a sense that we can position ourselves in a place where we can find out where the needs are, then we would stand a chance in helping them thrive and helping them, you know, in us creating the best products that could exist. And because we are women, we're a holistic view of everything.
Yes.
Then we'll be able to come up with something that will be a holistic image of your career. And maybe it might not be a 1 day or 2 hour thing. We can maybe expand it into a series. I think
we would need to do that. So how do we get a hold of you? What are the things that you do that you want people to contact you for? And as we wrap up, this is of course Thriving with Linda, and we took all things thriving and getting ahead in life, and from a holistic sense, of course. What would your key closing be for our conversation today?
My key closing before I give out my contact details, which is my favorite part, get in touch. Before I give out that, my key giveaway is take the leap. Take the leap. Don't think about it too long. Don't seek validation. Don't ask too many people for opinion. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Don't do too much research. There's too many things on the internet that will end up making you feel overwhelmed, feel like everything is too much for you. Take the leap. Whatever it is, don't overplan. I think the thing with us women as well, we overplan. You know, if our minds worked more like men,
we would jump.
Submarine vibes. Submarine vibes, guys. When the mind says do it, do it. Do it. Right. And if you succeed, great. If you fail, you've learned. Just get out there. My contact details, well, you can reach me on Instagram. I'm the same everywhere, basically. Lethabo Malobola on Instagram, Lethabo Malobola on TikTok, Lethabo Malobola on Facebook, and all my contact details are on my platforms, my email addresses, and my cell phone numbers.
Thank you so much for joining us today and spending your public holiday with us, just taking care of self. And there will be more initiatives, and I am happy to partner with you going forward and have more conversations about us just uplifting young people and getting into workspaces and really making a change.
Yeah, it was lovely working with you, and I look forward to us making waves. Hey, ladies, we are coming for you. We are just watch us. We are coming for you. We're making these changes. We are thriving.